Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel called Your Ascension Journey. We're going to see what Divine Spirit has as a message for us today as a collective. Now, keep in mind that this is a general reading and it's for the collective, so it may or may not apply to everybody. So take what resonates and leave the rest for whoever else it belongs to. That's the thing about doing collective readings, is they're not as personalized, so it's up to you to discern what's for you and what isn't. Alright, we're going to do a cosmic cross, and I'm using oracle cards. So we'll see here. I'm just going to draw them all out and go from there. So I hope everybody's doing well these days. I see that we're getting, in Canada anyway, in Ontario, we're getting a lot gloomier weather. We got rain and we had a little bit of snow this morning. So I guess we'll have to just start getting prepared for the colder weather. Not my favorite, but I do enjoy the seasons because I just think one kind of weather all the time is kind of boring. I even thought about it if I wanted to live somewhere warm. I think it's great for a while, but I think it would get old really quick. Alright, so we're going to grab 2 more cards, Spirit. There's 1 and 2. Alright. Okay. Alright, so in this position it's telling us where we are, where we're situated right now. So what this card is just talking about is the masculine. It's to do with the masculine drive, the forward movement, the get it done. But this is upside down, so it's actually stating we're in a time, so the collective who's watching this, you're in a time of no forward movement, no action is required. So it's either that it's a challenge that you can't get yourself motivated to move on and move forward, or this is divine guidance telling you to just rest and not really push things and just allow things to come to you. So as we go through the reading, we'll get more information on that. The challenge card or advice is higher power. So what this is actually saying is learn to listen to your higher guidance with regards to knowing when to move forward and when to just relax and wait for things to come to you. There are people out there that are more of the doers, the drive people, the people that get it done, where they're constantly doing something. These are the people that I'm most speaking to right now. Spirit is saying that it's okay to get things done, but when we start forcing things and pushing things, you're going to find you're going to come up against some challenges and blocks. That just means that forceful energy oftentimes is our old egoic ways of needing to get things done. We push ourselves through things instead of waiting for that proper inflow and outflow of action, pause, action, pause, action, pause. So it's learning to trust in your higher guidance, listening to your higher self, your intuition as to know when to start on a project, and then maybe putting it aside for a day and then coming back to it. So in our ascension, we're learning to listen to our higher guidance instead of the old lower consciousness spirit. Because there's higher spirit, there's lower spirit, there's in the middle spirit. So depending on where you are, that's the information you're going to receive. So if you're in a lower vibration, you're going to get lower vibrational advice. When you're in higher vibration, you get higher vibrational advice. So when you're doing something, just pay attention to when you feel like you're forcing something. Like if everything's screwing up one thing after the other, that's when you know, just let it go. Put it aside and then wait for yourself to be inspired again. And when that happens, it's a let's do this. It's not based on fear. It's not based on having to get something done on time. You're really, really taking a chance and a risk at trusting your divine guidance. So in the beginning, it might seem like, yeah, I should be doing this, but maybe your higher guidance is saying, no, just wait. Wait for that extra piece of information. Wait for that extra part, that tool, that whatever it is that you're needing in that moment. Just wait for it to come. So we're learning to trust in our higher guidance again. Because when we've lived so many lives, as so many life experiences in the negative, we learned to really just push ourselves to get things done. So now Spirit is saying there's a better way to do this. We don't have to push and force things all the time. Let's just trust when that guidance comes, and that you'll know when it comes, because it comes through so clear that there's no doubting it. So when there's doubt, that answers it for you. When there's doubt, there is no doubt, because the doubt is telling you don't push forward with something. Wait till it's a clearer answer. All right, so the obvious reason for why this is taking place is because you're learning to co-create with Spirit. There's many of us on this planet that have bigger missions. There's little missions, there's middle missions. There's all kinds of different missions and goals. So we have our own personal goals that we want to accomplish, but then we also have things on a grander scale, and those are the things that we're co-creating with Spirit. So Spirit's just reminding us again, learning to trust our higher guidance as to know when to take steps and when to not. And when you feel like you're forcing something and pushing on it, the result is not going to be the same when you just trust when to take these steps. So if you feel all frustrated, it's a good idea to stop, do some grounding exercises, some meditations. I do have a meditation video on my channel, so you can go back and look for that. When you're feeling low vibrational, you can use that meditation as well. When you're in fear, use it again. It'll help just to bring you back up into a nice higher frequency where you can actually hear higher guidance. Because like I said, when you're in a lower place, you're going to be getting lower guidance. And usually that's the egoic fear mind that starts kicking in, saying, oh no, we have to do it this way. We have to get it done. We have to push ourselves through. Spirit is saying that's not the case anymore, because we're not in survival anymore. So in order to get out of survival mode, we need to start listening to our higher guidance as to know what steps to take, so that we can co-create with Spirit and have our new births, our new ideas, and our goals show up for us, so that we can enjoy the process instead of having to fight our way through everything. So in the recent past, it has to do with learning about ourselves, learning to take off the mask, learning to see the truth in things. And really that's about finding out, okay, a lot of us had really traumatic past. A lot of us have, triggers that still come up that try to bring in doubt and fear. But it's now time to start looking at the truth of things and recognizing, okay, those things happened, yes, but we don't live that anymore. We're not in those experiences anymore. So it's about being open and truthful with yourself at best. So it's one thing to show ourselves in a certain way to the public, and you can do that, but at least be very open and honest with yourself about where you're at, what you might need work on, what you might still need to overcome or strengthen. And that's a lot of times has to do with insecurities. So it's recognizing that our insecurities also came from our past with traumatic experiences or judgments and criticisms that we had to listen to growing up. So it stunted us in the context of, we have these dreams, goals, and wishes and stuff that we want to accomplish, but we still have some insecurities and maybe even a little bit of hurt over things not working out in the past. So Spirit is saying it's time to let those things go. Recognize the past is over. You don't need to keep dwelling on that. Just move forward and take steps. Take those steps that come easily and gently and inspired. It's inspired action that you want to take, not the forceful drive that we are so used to doing because we've had to do it for so long. A future card here is just explaining that when you find yourself in that place, like I was saying before, where you feel like you're pushing things, and sometimes when we push things, we get frustrated, we get angry, we start wrecking things, breaking things, throwing things, and then our frequency drops, so then we're out of balance. So Spirit is just reminding us that when that happens, learn to stay in the here and now. Don't look too far into the future, because then we can start projecting past fears into the future. So we want to use our skills and abilities and our tools of just grounding, taking deep breaths, which relaxes the body, because when the body's relaxed, the flow of energy through us flows better, and then your experience will flow better. When we're tense and tight and stressed out and in fear and projecting too many fears in the future because we've had so many shitty experiences in the past, you want to say, no, we're staying in the here and now, right here and now. I'm fine. I'm safe. The past is over. I'm now relaxed. I'm opened. And then wait for Spirit to bring you your next step. The deeper reason for all this is because the collective watching this, you have programs, like I was saying, the old programs and beliefs about ourselves, beliefs about our abilities, and also just the memory of how many times things didn't work out. But that created programs. It creates programs and beliefs. So when something happens the same over and over again, or basically saying doesn't churn out the way we want it to, we get programming into our DNA and our consciousness. So then sometimes that just stops us from even trying because we're so sick and tired of things not working out. Well, things aren't working out because we're still trying to do things in the old way. So what Spirit is saying is learn to do things in a more flowy way, raising up your vibration, because where your vibration is, that's going to be the intensity level of your experience. So if you're in a lower vibration trying to push through things, you're going to have everything go wrong. Things are going to be a struggle and you're going to be fighting against things. When you get yourself into a higher vibration, reminding yourself that yes, the past happened and things didn't work out in the past, let's start fresh. Start fresh in a higher vibration, staying in the present, meaning you're not projecting fears into the future. You just take that one step after the next step, and eventually you start to reprogram yourself with having to struggle with making things happen, with learning to hear your guidance, your higher self guidance, and knowing what steps to take and when. And I know that's a big risk because a lot of times we're fearful because there's timelines sometimes. But you'd be surprised as soon as you can get yourself into a relaxed state, even if you have to get something done in a few hours, if you're forcing it, your vibration drops and you're going to be fighting it the whole way through. If you stop, take a breather, ground, raise your vibration, use meditation, do whatever it is that you want to do. Bring up your vibration, say, okay, I'm just going to let this go for a few minutes. Get yourself back to balance and then approach it again, and do it in a flowy way, not in pushing, rushing, fighting, forcing. That never works. And I'm sure everybody can agree we've all had experiences where we've done that and it turned into a shit show. A future card here has to do with it's called Unfinished Symphony. The way this shows up for me with Spirit is to do with the throat chakra. We need to have balanced expression. We need to also learn to be able to ask for what we need from Spirit. And we're so used to hearing, you got to ask for what you need. And that's great, but most people think it's from other people. We need to start asking ourselves what we need. Our higher self, divine spirit, God, consciousness, or universe, whichever label you want to give it. We need to learn to have a balanced expression. So when you ask for something from Spirit, you need to do it in a balanced way instead of yelling and screaming, because yelling and screaming to get what you need, you're actually going to get help from lower consciousness, not higher consciousness. So learn to ask for what you need in a balanced way. Say, Spirit, I need these tools to finish this project. I would like to co-create with you on this. Could you help me out? Could you give me a recipe for this, or help me find one? Or could you help me find the answer to the solution to this particular problem? Or even asking Spirit, is what I'm working on in my best interest? Is it going to amount to anything? Is it going to amount to what I want? Or am I barking up the wrong tree? So it's about learning to have balanced expression and asking for what you need, but in a balanced way so that Spirit can hear you, and then you can also get Spirit's answer. Because when we're in lower vibration, it's harder for us to hear higher consciousness. You could look at it kind of like a radio station. When you're tuned to, say, 99.9 and you're asking for higher guidance, say you need to have it at, 1000.9. If you're in 99.9, actually that's not a good one. It's too close. It's only one little point. So let's say you're in 300, but you're looking to speak to higher consciousness that's in 900. You need to get your frequency as close to that as possible so that you can hear divine consciousness. Like I said, the radio station. If you're not tuned to that radio station of higher consciousness or higher guidance, then you're going to get the frequency that you're asking from. So that's why Spirit is saying learn to ask in a balanced state so that you actually get what you want. Because when we ask from a lower consciousness frequency, that is what you're going to actually be getting. More things to be yelling, screaming, fighting, and forcing against. So Spirit is just reminding you that you are starting to learn to let go of the past. And by doing this, what we're explaining here, it will help you move from the past, the old way of doing things, the same old, moving into a brighter future in a balanced state, which unity consciousness, which is 3, the Trinity, your mind and body in balance with spirit. So that's what the goal is here, is to learn to carry a higher frequency and vibration throughout everything that you do so that you can have the outcome that you're looking for. This card is speaking about some of you out there are doubting that some of your dreams and goals that you want to see come true, you don't feel that they're really for you. You're having doubts whether or not Divine Spirit is actually going to bring you those things. And this is a reminder that yes, Spirit is, but you need to raise up your vibration so you can be more of a match to what it is that you want to see coming. So let go of your doubts, because it is there. Listen to your higher guidance so that Divine Spirit can help co-create with you, bringing you about your dreams, goals, and wishes that you would like to see come true in a more balanced way so that you can actually enjoy the process instead of just the outcome. Because even for myself, I would just be more concerned about getting the finished result done. And I used to work really quickly. And of course, I had to fight through everything. So now I'm learning to take my time, enjoy that process. And yeah, some things don't always turn out, but I at least don't go into such a depression about it anymore. So yeah, I might make some soap like I made the other day. Turned out okay, except for one of the ingredients was smearing on stuff. So I had to shit can the whole 3 pounds of soap mixture and start from fresh. So in my past, I would normally have let that just totally ruin my whole day and make me, not want to even try again. So Spirit is saying, take your time, enjoy the process, raise your vibration so that you can enjoy the process, so you don't have to keep sinking down into the negative emotional waters. You're staying on top, staying afloat. And 7 is also crown chakra, higher knowing, higher understanding, but it's also where our connection to Spirit is. And so it's also our masculine, feminine, Christed consciousness. So stay with your body, stay with your higher mind, stay in a balanced state, listen to higher guidance for when you need to know when to take the steps for your dreams and wishes to come true. And as you get these steps, take your time doing that. And at the end of the day, it's going to bring you happiness, because the key to your happiness and your dreams, goals, and wishes is coming true is to learning to trust yourself again. Trust that you're getting higher guidance, trusting your higher self, which is you. So you're learning to trust that part of you to actually be there for you, to guide you and support you. Because we've been through so many crappy experiences and we're like, well, where the heck are you? Where are you, God? Where are you, universe? Where are you, higher self? Where are you, guides? I keep asking and nothing's showing up. It's because your frequency's too low and you have old ways of doing things, just for fighting against things, forcing things, or allowing your old negative judgments and criticisms about yourself, low self-confidence, or you're thinking you haven't got what it takes to get things done or to accomplish what you want. Spirit is saying you do. It's just you were so wrapped up in old ways of doing things that you were still getting that same result. So the difference is raising your vibration and trusting that your steps are being brought to you in a timely fashion that's going to bring you happiness. Your new egg here, your new creation, your key. Look here. We have a key here, third eye, seeing the truth. The truth is the hard past is over. We're not in survival mode anymore. Stay in the here and now. Don't project your past shitty experiences on your present or your future. And that's the key to your happiness. Enjoy with your dreams, goals, and wishes that you want to see come true, and it will be a time of celebration. And don't worry about how long that takes, because that again is just having impatience and not trusting that things are happening. It's about learning to trust yourself again, and higher self, and in the divine, in Holy Spirit. All right, everybody, I think that's everything for today. I want to just take this time to thank everyone who has subscribed to my channel. If you haven't yet, by all means, subscribe if you want to see more of this. I'll be adding more meditations later on that are going to be actually DNA recoding. Anything I do is DNA recoding, so subscribe for more, as well as hit the notification bell, because if you don't, you won't get the notification every time I upload something. You'll have to go looking for it. So hit the notification bell where it says all notifications. And yeah, thank you everyone for watching, and I hope you all have a great week. the rest of your week and then into the weekend. All right, take care, and we'll see you in the next one.